Hi there, Gerard from Abisti here, and this is a review of the Avada WordPress theme. Now, I've been asked by a few people to show you the Avada theme because this is actually the theme that we use for our own website, which you can see right in front of you. But more to the point, Avada really is just the best WordPress theme I've ever come across. I've been teaching web design for well over 10 years. It was in fact before WordPress existed. Now when WordPress came along it caused a revolution, but it always had its limits. And now I think with themes like Avada, or specifically with Avada has come along and those limits are just blown out of the water. This really is the best WordPress theme I've ever come across, which is of course why I use it. And I'd like to show you on a quick little tour. So if you're sitting comfortably, I'll begin. This is our front page. Now there's loads and loads of things you can do with Avada, far too much to go into in the confines of a video, but here's a few things that we've got here. If I just scroll down, this is our front page. You can see there's a couple of columns there. There's various sections. I've got these nice little spin boxes here like this. Flip boxes, I believe they're called actually. But you know, quite straightforward, like I say, all sectionized. So let's have a look under the bonnet at that page, shall we, and see exactly what's going on. Now, this is under the bonnet, and as you can see, this is just really simple. You don't need any particular HTML knowledge. As always is the case, a little bit helps, of course, but you really don't need it here. If you look at what we've got the column options, and if you look down here, this is how you decide how many columns you have. So this first section, I have a full width container with 2 half columns, and all you do is you drag things like that. Obviously I won't drag them all the way because I've done this page already, but you drag them into the boxes and you have half a column. So what you do when you have your 2 half columns, well, you click Builder Elements, and this is just fantastic. You've got all these different choices. So if you want just normal text, you have your text block. You've got a title block there. If you want to have an image, just an image frame. But as you can see, there's many more things. There's the flip boxes that we just saw over there. There's tables, SoundCloud, Vimeo, Woo carousels. There's all sorts of things you can have. I won't go through them all, obviously, because that would just bore you to death. But hopefully you can get an idea of just the possibilities here. Again, the full width container there, I've just got 4 images in quarter columns. Then I've got another full width container going all the way across. Then just some basic text. We've got separators, we've got flip boxes, testimonials, a couple more half columns there. So all I'm doing is dragging stuff, but what I want to show you as well is once you've dragged stuff, you can also edit it. So these little buttons here are just the edit buttons. So that would be to edit the full width container. But what I want to show you is how to edit an element within that. So if I click on here, again, massively simple. If I go onto the full width container, click the edit button just there, you can see without knowing any kind of HTML at all, you can define so many things. There's all these different things you can put in. You can put CSS in as well if you're an adept at that. You can adjust the background here. You can have a different background color for the container. You can have parallax backgrounds as well, which essentially I've got parallax on some of them, and what it means is as the content scrolls up, the background stays the same, like a fixed background. Incredibly effective. And you can do various things there. You can talk about whether the background repeats, the position of the background. You can even have videos as a background, which honestly, if you do that, your site's going to look like it belongs in the next century. Absolutely fantastic. And all very simple, like you see. No need for any code knowledge at all. And further down the same page, we have the Fusion page options, which means you can put a slider on. You can see all the options there for which kind of slider you want, where you're going to position it, and so on. If you click on page, you have basic styling of the page. You can decide whether to display the header or not. You can do various things with the header as well. With sidebars are absolutely astonishing. You can decide to have a sidebar or not have a sidebar. But also look at all the different ones. You can define different sidebars. So if you wanted, each page could have a different sidebar. Now in WordPress, it's always been a restriction really that, you know, most themes come and there's one sidebar for every single page. This gives you all the different options. And you've also got different options on background as well. This is for each individual page, so each one of these can be different. You can have portfolio and you can have page title bar as well. So if you look at all this, it's absolutely astonishing. If you want this custom templates, so I could save what I've done to this page as a template and then use exactly the same layout on a different page. And not only that, look at all the different pre-built templates there are. Absolutely astonishing. 19 different templates, or 20 actually, just for the home. Then there's for shop, for portfolio, magazine, about us, services, meet the team. This is all pre-done for you, and it all looks massively professional. Honestly, getting this kind of work done for you can cost a great deal of money, and I should know because I run a web design company and I charge that kind of money. And you can get all of this for a really quite astonishing price and really easy learning curve. So what's next? Well, next I want to show you the theme options. Now these are general theme options, so as you're actually building the site in the first place, this is where you come to tell the site what to look like as a whole. Okay, very important, we have responsive design, of course. Now for those of you who don't know what that is, basically we need our site to look good not just on computers these days, but also on iPads and on smartphones, iPhones and so on. So the responsive design basically means that Avada has come already purpose built to look great in all of these, so you make sure that's ticked. Not even sure really why you'd not want to tick it, truthfully. So many options here. You can define the site width, different kinds of layout. There you can have boxed or wide. When it comes to the header, we have the content options. Now here are the various different layouts you can have with the basic Avada theme. I would say if I've got any criticisms at all of Avada, I think this is a little bit restrictive, but it's still head and shoulders above just about every theme I've come across. But there's your choices there, basically, for the themes, and then you've got all sorts of various things that you can add as well. You can add backgrounds to your header as well, and social icons too. And you can just do a slider to use the size of them, different colours with social icons and so on. So lots of choices there. Sticky header. Now your sticky header, if I go back to, let's say if I go back to this page and scroll down a bit, you'll see the sticky header in action. You see up here the way that the header has stayed on the page even though we're scrolling way down. That's the sticky header. Okay, looks very good. Now which page was I on? Apologies for that little bit of amateurism. Okay, then obviously you can add a logo. There is also the facilities for Retina. Now if you don't know about Retina, I really would be going off topic if I described it here, but basically it means your site is pretty future proof because Retina will be the way people view sites in the future. Menu options, you have various menu options again. There's so much stuff here, like I say, I don't want to bore you to death, but there are, if you can see down here, page title bar, sliding bar, footer options, sidebar options, background options, typography. If we go into typography, these are all the different fonts you can use. The amount of different Google fonts is just shocking really. You don't really need that many, I wouldn't say. You can use standard fonts as well, which is my personal preference. So pretty much any font, you know, is available. Font sizes, again you can just use a slider to show how every single font size is. Same with line heights, font weights, letter spacing and margins. Styling gives you all sorts of options. You have predefined colour schemes. I've got it on blue at the moment. but if you hit the drop down you can see there's quite a few different ones, and if you choose a different one, you know, all the colour schemes will, all the colours on the site will change to be complementary. So again, they're just saving you the kind of work that used to take bloody weeks back in the old days. Background colours, element colours, if we click on that you can see all the different colours there. If you click select a colour, you can see you've just got pretty much an infinite amount of options on that. You have layout options, you have font colour options. If I go into that you can see what you can make, all the different fonts, different colours to suit your scheme yet again, and so on and so forth. There's also shortcode styling, which basically gives you the option to change, again, loads and loads of stuff. So if I could keep going forever. The point really to emphasise about this is that all this stuff is really, really simple. You don't need most of it, but the bits you do need, they are really, really simple. So you can just home in on the bits you need, you can click on them and you can change what you want. So you can use as much or as little of this as you want. So it's very, very simple and very, very good for the beginner, including the absolutely amazing support, incidentally. The support on Avada is second to none. Really, really good. They'll send you an email within 24 hours and you get to rate the email whether you think it's a good response or not. Now recently I did that and I think I said it was neutral. It was probably my fault, to be honest. I'd kind of asked the wrong question really, and consequently the answer didn't really kind of deliver what I wanted. So rather than complain or anything, I just clicked neutral. Now without me even asking, they came and reviewed the answer and gave me a second answer. Absolutely astonishing. I couldn't recommend the support enough. So if you do get caught on anything here, just go to the support and you'll be sorted out. As I say, you just going down these, there are so many things that you can adjust here, but you don't need to. You know, for the expert, you can go in there and make this site look however you want, and for the beginner it's pretty much all there for you with the drop downs just saying which colour scheme you want and so on and so forth. That's a quick look through the theme options. I can't possibly do it justice, but I would absolutely suggest you go over to the Avada site if you want a closer look and go through it all, because really this is more powerful than anything I've ever come across. Elsewhere on my site there's a portfolio option here which you can see, which obviously is me giving the customers a showcase of the portfolio of sites that I've built and designed. Again, very, very simple. If we go behind the scenes, you get a separate portfolio button where you can add new ones and have different categories and tags and so on and so forth. Very, very simple indeed. If we look at one of the portfolio pages, once you click on the thumbnail, this is one I've done earlier, and you've got a description there. I've put a little testimonial in, the skills that needed to do it, and if you go into how you edit that, it's very, very simple indeed really. This is just the bit of text that's underneath, and if we go through all my membership and SEO stuff, which doesn't come necessarily with it, I've just got a few different options down here as well, and of course an option to link to the website. So with that you can get very quickly, you can put a decent portfolio together and you can specify how many items you want on each page as well. So if we click to the second page there, you'll see, there we go, you'll see that more come up. But I could specify to have all of those on one page. In fact, I'll make a quick note to myself because I think that would probably be a better idea. So that's the portfolio option. There is also testimonials. Now here's my testimonials page. If I scroll down a bit you'll see exactly how it's all written out. Now these are pre-built for you, so the little grey background, speech bubble bit, and the sort of male-female little icons there are all pre-done for you. If we have a look under the microscope there, it's done with Fusion Builder. Basically, if we look at Builder Elements, there is a testimonial option that you just drag down, and if we click on one, again, very, very simple, gives you all sorts of options on what to do. And then you've got testimonial item 1, put the name in, male or female, and the testimonial content, and there's various other options that I haven't used as well. So that's yet another aspect of the site that would have taken absolutely ages, and CSS styling and all sorts of messing about in the days before Avada. And I am increasingly beginning to think of things as the days before Avada, really. That's the kind of revolution it is. It really is, it's really a game changer, this theme, quite frankly. Finally, I just want to show you on this site that you can also just do normal pages if you're used to WordPress previously using lesser themes. Here's a page I've done that is just normal content, basically. So how do I do that? If I show you under the bonnet there, we've got our Fusion page builder, but all I've done is unclick that and we're in normal mode, normal editor mode. And so basically just the WordPress that you know and love is just there. And so that's another thing to say, really. You can kind of chop and change between Fusion Page Builder and normal modes as well, and you've still got all the options, so you get the best of both worlds, essentially. So that's how the Abysty site is made, really. We have a mixture of those things. If I go back to the top where we've got various different pages, I have got other plugins on it. The membership is a separate plugin, so that's worth mentioning. It doesn't come with that, but that it really, what to say in conclusion on the Abysty site, I would just say that the minute I saw this theme, I ripped up my old design and used this, and I stopped paying a programmer a lot of money who was doing stuff for me and managed to do stuff absolutely on my own, very, very simply. I am not a programmer, but I've managed to do stuff that I was paying a programmer considerable money for. So really, really, a really massive leap forwards. So that's the Abysty site. I just want to finish by very quickly taking you over to the Avada site just to show you a couple of things there. So here we are at the Avada page. Now I won't keep you long because I very, very much suggest that you go straight over there yourself and just have a look at exactly what they've got, because if you're looking for a theme and you go through this and you don't buy it, then I don't know what to say. This really is the theme to get. You will never hear me, well, you'll never hear me promote any theme that exists right at present, certainly, at the same time as this, because this really is the theme to end all themes as far as I'm concerned. Very quickly, here we are, the #1 selling theme of all time. No surprise there, really, over 135,000 satisfied customers. And you can just get glimpses here of what's possible with it as well. And one of the reasons is you've got all these demos. When I was showing you the Abysty site, I was showing you the basic theme, okay? Is it called the basic theme? The classic theme, okay. Bit of a flashier word than basic, I guess. But there are these other themes as well. And these are, they're not extra or anything like that. You click and you get them as part of the Avada sign up. So if I open a couple of them in a new window, what should we have? Let's have cafe, and let's have fashion. Oops. Let's click the right button as well. That's a good idea. No, let's not do that. Cancel. There we go. So if we just have a look at a couple of these, this is considerably more flashy looking than my site. I'm a big fan of simplicity because what I do is designed to be simple, but that's your agency site, and as you can see, you can import this on one click, and I'm sure you'll agree that's pretty impressive. If we have a look at the cafe site, here's another example of how things can look different. You can scroll down and things come up above there like that, all magnificently professional and all at the click of a mouse. Finally, if we have a look at the fashion site, again there's a beautiful look, and here is where you buy it, and this is I'm really hoping, if you didn't know the price already, that you're going to be gobsmacked by that, $58. Because seriously, if you wanted to get a site built in that was that professional looking and gave you that much control and was just generally that fabulous. If you wanted to get that built, you would be looking at thousands. Believe me, you'd be looking at thousands. Instead, you're looking at $58. Now, there's a link just below this video, and I heartily suggest that you click on it and go and have a look for yourself. This has been the Avada theme. I'm Gerard Evans from Abisti Web Consultants, and I thoroughly think it's brilliant, and I hope you will too. In fact, I know you will too. So get over there, have a good look at it, download it, and enjoy the future.